Hey everyone, it's Megan here. So I thought I'd give the whole vlog thing a try, and my friend Tyler, hello Tyler, suggested that I talk about why 90s music means so much to me, or why I like it so much. I'm going to cover a whole spectrum of topics related to such, so bear with me because it might be a little bit disjointed, go on some tangents, and might get a little off topic. But I love to talk about music. I know way too much information about it, kind of useless information, especially about the history and the sort of tree of life of music, but I love to talk about it. So, where do I begin? In the late 80s, post-punk was sort of coming to an end, and hair metal and glam rock, or like a 80s glam rock, was a thing, and it was dying off. End of the 80s, bands are riding on the coattail of post-punk, and at that time, people were starting to form new ideas. There was less pressure on the music business to be a commodity. It wasn't really about selling back then, it was just about being creative and experimenting. You have shoegaze, grunge, Riot Girl, so what do I like about the 90s? Yes, what does it mean to me? Bands at that time were utilizing guitars in a really unique way with effect pedals and creating soundscapes, atmospheres, dreamscapes. And while this was already being done in a different sense in the 70s by, say, people like Brian Eno with the ambience, it was a new take on an old concept. And when you think about it, there really is no originality because everything is derived from its predecessors. Everything is recycled. And I think with the 90s, because it's the last greatest decade of music, that music now to us is like classic rock. It's like Generation X and Y's classic rock, and it's never going to go out of style. Like, we're always going to value it, and it's always going to be relevant, even though a lot of it does have timestamps on it and it does sound dated. The main thing I find most appealing, apart from the sonic aspect, is the lyrics, because the lyrics are introspective and visceral and intelligent and, how do I put this? I'm not going to say dark lyrics, provoking lyrics, thought-provoking lyrics. Out of all the genres, I find them to be the most relatable. The 90s were the heyday for women in rock music because I don't think any other decade had granted women that kind of freedom. If you look at the 80s and the 70s, there were people like Patti Smith and Joan Jett, and they broke down the barriers, but I feel like our voices were the loudest in the 1990s. Look at PJ Harvey's earlier records. Garbage, my absolute favorite band, or one of them, I can never really pick one.
Take it back, how dare you take it back, no you can't, you should have thought of that.
Garbage is 1995 debut, like mind-blowingly good. The production is excellent.
Here comes the cold again, I feel it closing in, it's falling down and all around me, falling.
So they incorporated rock guitars with like dance and hip-hop beats. I feel like it was something original and new because nothing had really sounded that way before. You want to call it pop, it can classify as pop. It's probably the darkest pop music you will come across. So one band I find really interesting, Mazzy Star, I think is a completely original, unique group because Hope Sandoval's vocals. They're shoegaze, but they're also like dream pop.
Don't say love me if you don't need me. Don't send me roses on your behalf. Just take me down and walk through your river, down in the middle and make it laugh.
You just kind of feel like like you're sitting on a California beach on a cool evening with a glass of wine in your hand, and you're just getting over a heartbreak, or you're falling in love. It's almost like living in a film. When I listen to them, it takes me away to a different place. What else? Let's see. Then you have Nine Inch Nails and trip hop. So Portishead. Massive Attack, absolutely wonderful music. I love it. It's one of the most atmospheric genres. You can feel it from your head to your toes. The sounds they incorporated were just phenomenal. These releases are still very important to many people to this day. Each band from the decade is entirely its own, and maybe they borrow from each other a little bit, but they all are sort of idiosyncratic from one another. And you can tell what band it is as soon as you hear it. Even though it's about as old as me, 20, 21 years now, I think it stands the test of time. I don't think rock guitars and guitars are ever going to go out of style. I certainly hope not. Why do I like the 90s so much? Yeah, so lyricism, instrumentation, innovation, timelessness, the whole wide variety of different genres. Anyway, that's about it for now. I'm sure I can come up with some more stuff later. If you like what you saw, just comment below or like, subscribe. I don't know if any more videos are coming up. If you have any suggestions for what I should talk about in the future, let me know. I'm sorry if I'm boring or awkward. This is just how I talk when I'm alone looking at a camera. Maybe it'd be better if I had someone in front of me. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!